Good morning. It's day 3, and we just had a very nice campsite at Camp 48. A huge campsite with a really nice fire pit and logs to sit on. The problem is the majority of it was sloped, so we had a heck of a time finding tent sites for our 2 tents. And we were both Della and I were on a little bit of an incline, which it worked out okay. It was comfortable. I slept a lot last night. I probably went to bed about 7:30 or 8 and didn't wake up except once or twice until 6 this morning. So I was beat after yesterday's hike. Today's gonna be even a little bit longer. And we got close to 17 miles to do today, and we'll see how it goes. Bye. So today we have 2 tough climbs in the trip, and they're steep and elongated. But right now we're on a descent, and we're going to a campground that has pit toilets and water, picnic tables, things like that. And we're on this beautiful road. Looks like it's traveled quite a bit, or used quite a bit by horses. We just saw a mountain biker too. In the Smokies, there are no BMT signage anywhere, so you're not really following blazes. I think it's a rule. Dell says they're only allowed to put blazes for the AT and the Smokies for some reason. So you're not really following blazes. You're just following the trail, which is usually pretty easy to follow. And then at a trail junction, there will be a BMT symbol sometimes. Sometimes there's not one, and someone decides to hand fashion one themselves. So we're using Far Out primarily for the GPS. There's other guidebooks and maps that we've used to do the research, but right now it's pretty much just following Far Out. Yeah. So the trail crosses 441 here. Okay, we're climbing up from US 441, and we went to the Smokemont Campground, which was nice. They had facilities which you're able to use, wash your hands, get water and all that, and head across 441 and got about a 5+ mile hike up to the top of whatever this mountain's called. So that'll be a pretty good haul. But the trail's good. It's not the rocky, rutted trail we dealt with yesterday, which is nice. So Greg's up ahead, and I stopped for a short break, and we'll meet up at the top. Here we are at the Mingus Trail Junction. This is where we had lunch, and Dell went ahead. I was finishing my lunch. I went to go to the water source. So if you're on the Mountains to Sea trail, you would turn to the right. We are going that direction. So we're about 10 miles into the 17-mile day. We just did our tough climb for the day, which is a 5-mile slog up. And it took a while. Took probably, I don't know, 3 hours or so. It's challenging out here, but I gotta say, we've been extremely fortunate with the weather, both rain-wise and temperature-wise. Right now it's like 68 and sunny. Obviously we're walking through the green tunnel quite a bit, so it's not direct sun. But just a week before, the temps were in the 80s, but we got a nice cool front to start our hike with. And the rain moved away, which I thought our whole first week was going to be in the rain, which always is kind of a miserable start. But earlier, I think I said we had two big hills to climb today, and I was wrong, and wrong in the right direction. We only have one hill, and we've done it. So it's a 7-mile trend downhill to camp tonight, and it's only about 12:30, 12:45, so we'll probably get into camp before 5, I would think. So we're rocking and rolling. For a little bit now, we've been following the Mountains to Sea trail. And we get a kind of a glimpse of that trail, which is nice. That one, I believe, is about 1,100 miles long. It starts at Clingman's Dome and then takes you down to the water. Not quite sure what the route goes, but might be a trail to look into. One thing to mention, forgot to tell you, this morning, first thing, I saw a bobcat crossing my path. So that was kind of cool. So I've seen one snake, one bear, one bobcat. One thing a day. All right, you either have to go above, through, or around. I went around, but there's quite a bit of a drop off here. I don't know if you can tell. So you can probably see it as Dell comes through. I think so far we've been pretty fortunate with the few blowdowns that we've had. Most of them you just pop right over. But this one, Dell started to go through the middle. He's shorter than I am and more limber. And I decided against it. So this is much better this way. Yeah, good.
We're at our campsite for tonight, Greg and I. It's a pretty decent campsite here, not too bad of sites. Here I am camped here, and Greg is over there, and there's a few more sites. And if you can see it up top there, we've hung our bare cables up on the provided cables. And here's the trail. That's where we came from, heading north. And here's the trail heading south, which will be continuing tomorrow. And off the side of the road here, we have the water source, which is a nice stream. There's two gentlemen who are doing trout fishing in here, looking for their dinner for tonight. See if I can get out of the sun so I can get reflections. So, quite pretty. We've both washed off in the water, and it continues down. So 17.5 miles today. Good day.